Welcome, Strategy Battle Gamers, to another GBHL YouTube channel video. You are here, of course, with your GBHL channel host, GBHL James.
And GBHL Jamie.
Back from Viva Las Vegas. Viva Las Vegas. How was it?
It was really good fun. A week was a bit too long, to be honest.
Yeah, for me, I imagine.
A bit too long.
What would a week in Blackpool be like? And I think that would probably end up naked, tied to a lamppost, covered in paint and tar and feathers, probably in hospital, you know, busted nose and you know, black eyes and stuff, married to a stripper, whoever small lady.
By, yeah. No, it was good fun. It was just the place. If anyone lives in Vegas or Nevada, sorry, it's a little bit oppressive. Even if you find the most genuine person out there, it just feels like they're trying to take your money.
Of course.
And after sort of the fifth day of it, you're like, oh, just leave me alone. There's nowhere to be on your own. Everywhere you sit down, there is a gambling machine in front of you. Even at the bars, they've got little machines that you can play whilst you wait for your drinks. So you can't just sit down with guys and have a chat. Even your hotel room doesn't have a mini fridge or anything in it. You can't put water in there. You have to go down because you can't drink the water. And it's incredibly well engineered to take your money off you.
So you've come back poor.
Come back a little bit poor.
Make sure you check the links in the video description below for GBHL Jamie's Patreon. Well, hopefully it was a great experience. Of course. How did it go for Steamforge? Just on repping
the pundit t-shirt
with patches.
Yeah.
Gifts from you.
Yeah, gifts.
Thank you.
Incredibly well for Steamforge. I think we've got 4 new distributors on board for America, so Guildball's going to explode in America, which would be great for both of us because then our content will be viewed by more Americans.
Certainly would. If you want to see some Guild Ball content, make sure you check out Guild Ball TV on this very channel. Or you can go and check out my Guild Ball content over on Hot Gates Gaming. Good system. But we're not here to talk about Guild Ball. We are, of course, here to talk about our first love,
The Hobbit.
Hobbit strategy battle game. And it's Speak for Any Question. We've got quite a few questions. You've not seen Bilbo's tricks yet, have you?
No, I've not.
We'll show you that maybe towards the end of the video. Hope you guys enjoyed seeing Bilbo doing his thing. So I'll start things off. We've got Dom BR. He's put, hello, first time commenting. Jamie, what does he have to do?
You have to comment. Now when we answer your question, you now have to comment every time we do so.
But why is that, Mr.
Because you are in the so-called loop.
Unlucky, pal. That's you, drawn in forever. However, if the loop was actually committed to by everybody, we would get like 1,000 questions a week.
We're really actually quite happy that the loop. There's some that are dedicated to it, and there are some that are not.
Yeah. If you are dedicated to loop, question next week, please.
30 or so questions. That's perfect.
Yeah, it's good. Makes up about an hour. I was wondering, do any of you know the inscription on the One Ring in Black speech? And can any of you speak Sindarin or Kenya, Elvish?
No.
No, I'm afraid I can't really.
Not super nerd, sorry.
Can't do that. Can you? Can you do it? Let us know. Also, will we ever see any Elven Civil War style bat reps? Thank you for all the great content. Keep up the good work. I also won't be able to comment on the next 2 speed printing questions as I'm going on holiday without the internet. Well, that's your loop done. Come to a close. Like Civil War style bat reps.
I guess it'd be high elves versus high elves, really, wouldn't it? I guess you could do high elves versus wood elves.
There are a few out there.
I don't know if they'd be the most interested. Like when you have 2 factions match off against each other, you've got 50-50 roll-offs a lot because of the same fight value. Could be done, I guess. Could be done.
Lots of things will just need 6s as well, like 6s to wound and stuff. So, I mean, we can always do things. If you go back further, I think there's been a little bit more of an emphasis on the channel, sort of in more recent months, maybe to do things like good versus evil and try and tell a few more stories and the like. But maybe in early days when we were just trying to get opponents whenever we could. There's a lot more kind of blue on blue stuff. So if you just go back to the beginning, you'll see lots of kind of. I'm sure there's some elves versus elves in there.
There must be somewhere.
There must be. So good luck with that, and welcome to Speak Friend and Question. Next up, we have Ian the Beast at the bottom.
Ian the Beast, he says, I have a question regarding Rangers of the North. Their special rule states that for every one of them, they can take 4 Rangers far north. Does this mean that the Rangers do not count as having bows, or that they do not count at all with regards to the bow limit?
Ignore the bow limit, those 4.
Yeah, those 4 that they can't personally lead, but they allow 4 Rangers to ignore the bow limit.
Yeah.
So if you took a warband of 8 warriors, 4 rangers, or let me make it a bit easier, 6 warriors, 6 rangers, a ranger of Arnor and Malbeth, 4 of those rangers would ignore the warband, the bow limit.
Mm-hmm.
So you'd have 2 and 6, which is fine, and then plus 4, which are ignored, so you'd be fine with that.
There you go. That's probably a simpler way of explaining.
Yeah, that makes sense. Though.
It does make sense, yeah. So basically they ignore the bow. Those ones ignore. Brilliant. Next up, it's a very common question actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, we see that quite. I think there was one on Facebook not that long ago. Next up, we got a J22. It's J Archaria.
Yep.
Congratulations on winning your first singles event.
Oh.
Woo! Great work. Down when the Josh Triffitt / Sam Page
Into the
tournament.
West.
Was it good into the West? I think so.
I keep there was the Cardiff one and the.
Oh, was Cardiff one into the West? Cardiff was into the West.
I get those two confused all the time.
Yeah, well, it looked like it was a really cool tournament. It looked like some good boards there. And well done, Jay. Absolutely proving to any of the doubters and masses that you did indeed carry me to the doubles victory. So you put late to the party, but I've got to side with Jamie on this one. Legolas wins out.
Yes.
Firstly, Batman doesn't kill his enemies, so Legolas being an elf is essentially immune to Batman being a mortal and all.
Yeah, just outlast you. Yeah.
Well, you know, he's probably going to tie you up in some kind of, you know, weird technological rope that you can't get out of.
What if Legolas does that to him?
Nah, mate, can't do it.
With his elven rope, burns him.
Yeah, sure, he might get hurt, but that's beside the point. Secondly, James, did you forget about his elven cloak? Batman won't be able to see him. So where would he fire his batarangs at? We all know how good Batman was against Bane in The Dark Knight Rises when he couldn't see him. Expect a similar outcome here. I disagree, but hey. Cheers for that, Jay. Thanks for getting involved in that conversation, which has gone on for like 3 weeks. Yeah. Batman versus Legolas. I think there's a movie in this.
Yeah. Or at least a YouTube comedy short.
You saw it here first. Come on, Warner Bros, sign us up.
Yeah, screw Batman versus Superman.
We've got Grill Time next.
Grill Time? It sounds like a cooking show. Cheers for the response last week, James. I have indeed purchased my Oddicon ticket and sorted accommodation, so I'm ready to roll. I think you sold out, yeah. Good work. Sold out 120 gamers. Guys, if you've not bought a ticket for Ardwin, if you didn't manage, because I've been getting messages, then do send an email to hotcakesgaming@gmail.com. This is very, very important because I need to see whether we can get some more spaces in there. I think we can. But I need to see whether we can or not. So get yourself on that reserve list for me, guys. Okay. So he thinks he has got. He thinks he's decided on an army list. It's Thranduil mounted, Legolas with armour and elven cloak, Tauriel, 2 Palace Guard with spear and shield, 6 Mirkwood Elves with shield, 6 Mirkwood Elves with glaive, 8 Mirkwood Rangers. Sounds pretty decent. Good heroes, good troops, yeah, good shooting. Nice. My question this week, as a complete noob in the community, I do not have a doubles partner. Am I okay to still attend and get paired up with someone on the day? Thanks in advance and congrats on selling out. Yes, you can. Yes, you certainly can. What might be a good idea though is in advance, get yourself onto the Ardicon events group. You need to be on the Great British Hobbit League Facebook page to do that, I think, but maybe not. If you're not sure what that link is, if you go to where you bought the tickets from, you'll actually see a link in there and you can click on that, take you to the event. If you post in there, there are other people in exactly the same situation, so you might be able to get yourself a doubles partner in advance, and that would help with some of the rules in the doubles, such as, you know, not taking things from the same list and all that kind of stuff. So I hope that helps there, buddy. Next up is Honor Sif Sebassi. Well done, you clearly got in there and read how to pronounce it first. He's only got the first name. Let me help you with my name. It's pronounced Honor. Also means honour in Turkish. Ah, did not know that. My last name is way too hard, so I'll show you mercy there. Well, I thought you did a good job there. Cheers. Did Jamie butcher it? Did I get it? Did he butcher it? Did I alchemist it? So you put, yeah, sorry about the long question. Let me give you some extra information for a 350 point list. So there was like a general question. Okay. Like, can you create me 3 different armies from scratch? I was like, nah mate, can't do that. But you've got some information here, so you put, I've got Legolas, Tauriel and 12 Mirkwood Rangers for my Mirkwood army. For my Lothlorien army I have 24 Galadriel Warriors, 24 Wood Elves and Haldir. And I scrapped Gondor for Grey Company. I don't have a lot of their heroes, but I do have 24 Rangers and would like to opt for a full bow army list.
And it's also thanks to you I started Lord of the Rings SBG again. So thanks a lot from Belgium.
Good man.
Fantastic. So for 350 points.
Your best bit looks like going to Lothlorien with Legolas Haldir.
Yeah, Legolas Haldir.
Your Wood Elves.
That would be pretty cool. That'd be very, very good. 350 points, quite tough to get a decent Rangers of Arnor list in there because you almost have to get a penalty to get the bow limit with the Rangers of the North. So yeah, I think the middle one's probably going to be best there. So thanks for that honour, Sif Stibassi. Next up we've got King Bonsai.
King Bonsai, he says, I will now be starting my own Q&A for you. Unlike Saruman's, it is only for Middle-earth items, so here is the first. What is the name for dwarf as a race in Elvish?
Don't know. Do you know?
Nope.
We failed. Durin Sun. Next up we've got wow. Fantastic progress on the beard, James. Smashing. You're very impressed.
Good, it's very good.
There we go. Getting trimmed soon. Our pal, The Loop, asked me to ask you. Question. Has Jane come round and accepted and started loving that mannish beard of yours? I really like you, War. You say all the right things to me. No, it's the answer. She hates it. She did buy me a beard comb though and some beard oil. It's amazing. And I think maybe she'll accept it a little bit more when it does get trimmed around the neck and this bit that crowds my lip and goes up her nose when I kiss her. If the answer to the above is no, then why not? Well, there you go. Bristles up her nose. And she thinks it makes me look older, which it does. I find it difficult to merge my timelines, e.g. taking Army of Thor warbands and allying in Durin's SFAQ warbands. It's just a thing for me. What things affect your list building decisions? As ever, thanks for the fantastic work. And a Captain of Dale, I pledge to the Ardacon prize pool is here. Thank you very much, Juan. That's very cool. I've added a Lake Town Captain too, so that you have more swag for Ardacon prizes. Well, that's absolutely brilliant. If anybody wants to donate anything for Ardacon swag, that's brilliant. So thank you so much, Juan. So what kind of things affect your list building decisions?
Do I have these models painted? That's pretty much it.
And if you don't, that's the army you're going to take.
Yeah.
It's kind of like tournament lore, isn't it?
Yeah.
As a war game, you end up there the night before.
This is a really cool army, I own none of the models and none of them painted, so I'll revert back to the stuff I already have painted.
Yeah. Yeah.
So many times I've theorised about Reavers and Harad and made these sort of lists that I'd maybe want to play, but I own 0 of the models, so it's like, well, that's going to be money and time, so no.
Yeah, I don't know, I think originally it was all about the kind of look of the mod, like originally when you first get into it, and then it was like, how do you make that competitive? So then what heroes, what troops
do
you buy? And then for me it was kind of like, well, I like that play style, so then how do you get an even more competitive version of that, which is how the Rivendell Knights sort of came about. So maybe going along those kind of routes. So yeah, next up we've got James Keelty.
James says, happy belated Bilbo. Happy birthday for belated Bilbo, maybe?
Oh, this guy. Sorry.
Oh, sorry, I was reading John Reeves. He says, thanks for the answer. What is your favourite Peter Jackson cameo in the Lord of the Rings and Hobbit movies? Also, love the beard.
Thank you.
Carrot Man, or whatever his real name is.
I was about to say exactly the same. Much better than Corsair Bosun.
Yeah.
Or
Dwarf King, who's on the screen for all of 2 seconds.
Yeah, you don't even notice that one.
Although I do like the one that they tried to squeeze into Lake Town.
What was that?
Or is he actually? Is it in it where he does a couple of bird calls?
Really?
You know when they're doing the whole Lake Town scene where they're following Bard and they're sending the message back to the master.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I can't remember if it was just in the extras or it made the film. I think it was just the extras. He's in a wicker basket.
Oh, really?
He sticks his head up and does like to the next person along. Either that, if it was in the film, or the extras. That was pretty cool.
Get you, Cinderella. That was pretty good.
Yeah,
That's pretty good. That's very. Hang on, I don't want them all to start coming in here. You know, like start cleaning the house. The squirrels start coming in through the letterbox.
Snow White, not Cinderella.
Cinderella's got mice, hasn't she?
Yeah.
I don't want mice in here, pal. So yeah, thank you, but also love the beard. Well, thank you very much, James Keelty. Next up is John Reeves, and he put happy belated Bilbo. I think he means birthday, because it's Bilbo's birthday on Monday.
So.
I know Jane got him a card and everything. I'll show you a video afterwards. She got him a doggy cake. It was made of treats, and we had to sing him happy birthday. There was a candle in it, and yeah, he had a party hat on. Listen, if it makes Jane happy and it stops at animal cruelty, then I'm fine with it, I suppose. I'll join in. Appreciate the thoughts on shoot value. I have a question on 2 600-point lists from the fiefdoms. List 1, Prince Imrahil with 10 Knights of Dol Amroth with Lance. Forlong the Fat with 10 Knights of Dol Amroth with Lance. Yes, I mean, as a cavalry army.
You have one trick, and that's charge.
That is charge, which is hard. It's very, very tough because you're very roll-off dependent. So what you've got to do...
The first roll-off is everything pretty much, isn't it? Well, not everything, but...
Not everything.
Pretty much everything.
I mean, one thing that you've got is because he provides the banner, that kind of negates it a little bit, but you do want to be getting the charges. Forlong's got 3 might, hasn't he? He's got 3 might?
I think so, yes.
I mean, 6 might at 600 points isn't a huge amount.
No.
Isn't a huge amount, so, you know...
You should be aiming for like 9 or so.
So you've got to do a lot on that first charge. So you need to charge. This is standard cavalry stuff really when you get to the crunch. You charge when you didn't have priority, so they can't countercharge you. Get Imrahil on a flank with some more on something so you can heroic combat off. Yes, you're limiting it for everything else, but then you need to just smash as much as you can in that first initial charge and then hope that you win the next roll-off. If you don't, make sure you've kept some cavalry back so you can countercharge the charges. So that should help you out a little bit, but yeah, very tough. List 2, Prince Imrahil with 12 Knights of Dol Amroth, Aemma Knight of Pelennor with 7 Outriders. Unfortunately, that's illegal. You can't take... Outriders don't ignore the bow limit.
No. They used to, not anymore.
Not anymore. Thanks for looking at these. But have fun with it. Should be a fun list to take. Next up, nice one there.
All the text.
Daniel Theory.
Daniel Theory, he says, yes, Batman for the win.
Woo!
No. Specifically, Michael Keaton's Batman has got to be my favourite, but also Jack Nicklaus's Joker is my favourite portrayal of that character. Daniel says, my dice superstitions are beyond control. I'm trying too hard to not get mad at my dice, but it isn't working. I don't really have a question this week, but coming off a conversation I was having with a friend about making minis your own, I always paint models slightly differently to how they're supposed to look. For example, my Elendil and Isildur are painted with a regal purple instead of the red they're shown with. Are there any models that you saw that you instantly knew you were going to paint differently to the box art of how Games Workshop showed them?
Yes. I've got an Arnor army that I want to do, like a proper Arnor army.
Yeah.
And I don't really like the green, because Arnor really is all the black banners and stuff, so I knew that I would use blacks rather than greens. With the Rivendell Knights, the box art shows like a mixture, kind of like the dark reddy browns and black cloaks, doesn't it? And I very much in the movie, because of the way that the light is, they actually look more of a deep red. So I started with that, but then as a result of us going to Nova, tried to paint them up to look a little bit more like red coats. They've got like the cream pants and they've got like the blue trimmings and things. It was kind of like red, white, blue kind of look.
I think for myself, I can't remember what the Wood Elf box art looks like, but I think it's green and blue, whereas mine are all blue with white because they go for a winter theme.
Yeah.
And I originally had them all painted red.
Okay.
Yeah. And my Rangers of Arnor are painted red as well.
Okay, very interesting. Very interesting. So there we go.
It's not over yet though. He says, James, I know your Rivendell Knights are painted as British military with cream pants, and I thought they were well done.
Oh, thank you very much.
But as always, guys, the content is terrific. I look forward to it weekly. Thank you very much.
Thank you for your question, buddy.
Next up is Philip Curran, and it's time for your wall of text.
Woohoo! He's put, I can understand as to why the management at Warhammer World might be reluctant to let players come in and film anything. they see. But I also think that it would be a real shame not allowing Jamie and you to at least set up a camera off to the side for player interviews and updates as the event progresses. Well, that's any event's prerogative, so whether it was Warhammer World or whether it was Titans or Sterling, if any of those guys turn around and said, we maybe want to film something for ourselves, or we're not really comfortable with you filming in here, then really you just kind of look at it and go, well, that's down to them, their loss. That's kind of got to go. But I know that we're all very, very excited to hear what's said, and I'm pretty sure that we'll find a way of getting something out. Even if it's not directly filming in there per se, if that's not what they want. The videos you put out generate interest for the hobby and help further its growth, and without such a passionate fan base, then it simply would never go anywhere and probably be axed entirely. I know I wouldn't have gotten so excited or dropped so much money on an old system like SBG if your channel didn't exist, and for that Games Workshop should be thankful you do. We've done a lot. We have done a lot. And the community, that's not just us either as a channel, the community has built not just through the GBHL podcast, but then other YouTube channels have sprung up as a result. More people have been getting together in gaming clubs to play the game and run tournaments.
Tournament organisers, there's so many out there now, it's great.
It's fantastic, really, really, really cool. I
feel like it's spreading slowly as well. Like it all started in the UK, but now it's creeping outwards.
Well, everyone's
like a virus.
Well, the Germans are being very organised, the Canadians are being very organised. They've been very organised. I know that they're getting very organised up in a lot of the Nordic countries, and obviously what the guys at DCHL have been doing. And there are a lot of clubs that are sort of way out there that are also setting up their own little local leagues. So there clearly has been a big community drive. But I'm pretty convinced that Games Workshop going forwards probably know that have had over the last maybe 10 years or so not the best rep when it comes to community relations or engaging with customers, and you can see that online with kind of the fact that they
go to any forum and you'll see
there's a lot of bashing, isn't there? And that's why, of course, there wasn't a Games Workshop channel for a long time, or they closed down Facebook groups.
They closed down their official one and it went to stores.
But that's all changing, and I'm very, very convinced, I'm not saying this as some kind of GW fanboy or anything like that, but I'm pretty convinced that Games Workshop will want to engage with our community going forwards.
Oh, definitely. I mean, if you look at all the sort of the good war game companies out there, I'm going to Steamforged on the moment here, but Steamforged are incredibly in touch with their community.
Yeah.
In a way that I've never experienced as a wargamer.
Mm-hmm.
So I think if you look at the small startups that are doing well, even the bigger companies like Fantasy Flight provide a lot for their community, and Games Workshop sort of they can't be archaic anymore. They have to adapt.
They have to adapt, yeah. And I think a big part of that will be working alongside us. Now that might not be being able to film in Warhammer World, but it might be. You never know. But I'm pretty certain that there will be other things. 100% certain that there will be other things. So I think we've all got a lot to look forward to as a community, and should be behind Project Hobbit SBG, as it were. To my question though, I've been comparing all of the Gandalf models. That's a lot.
Nice.
There's a lot of them. Do you have a favourite?
Well, Breaking the Fellowship, sorry.
All of those are beautiful models though. All of them are beautiful models. Yeah, Breaking the Fellowship is good. It's good. I'd like your thoughts. Oh, and in doing so I came across him in a cart. I'd like your thoughts on it rules-wise for the cart upgrade, and I'm unsure what happens to him once he's dismounted. Is he simply replaced by his foot model, or is it more dramatic when his fireworks cart explodes? That'd be cool.
The cart's interesting, it moves 8 inches, it's massive base, counts as cavalry. He's not going to get shot off it anytime soon. It's 3 wounds and defense 5, so
yeah,
it's pretty decent. But it's SFAQ is far better.
Yeah, completely right. Although it is an absolutely beautiful model.
It is. It looks great in a Shire army, and it means your blinding light range is extended by like 3 inches or something.
Yeah, as ever coming out from the practical side of it there. But it does look cool. I'd love to just see like a diorama of the Shire and see that coming through. Yeah, that'd be great. Get on it, cool Steve. Next up we've got God of Gods.
God of Gods, it says, The newest Batman movies with Christian Bale were some of the best movies of all time. What are you talking about, James?
I said that. I think you must be mistaken. I meant like the ones in the 90s, like late 80s.
Yeah, they're awful ones.
Yeah, like
Comic.
Val Kilmer.
I was actually thinking about this on the way in. They try to mimic comic book Batman.
Yeah.
Or old comic book Batman a little bit too much with a kapow, whack.
Yeah.
That style.
Yeah, it's not my cup of tea. The ones with Val Kilmer and George Clooney and stuff like that, they're not very cool. But the new ones, Christian Bale, I completely agree with. They're great movies.
Apparently, Batfleck's better.
Huh?
Apparently, Ben Affleck is better than Christian Bale. I've heard from quite a few people.
We'll see. We'll see.
Next up's that Acthon 39. He says, "Throwing schools in 2 weeks. How are your armies coming along?"
Ooh, well.
I have 4 dwarves to paint, but
4 dwarves, that's pretty good.
not much time to do them. Despite, I don't want to rush paint these guys. I want to paint them.
They're nice models, aren't they?
Yeah.
Are they champions variable?
No, they're just regular thorns. You don't get many in.
Yours not all painted?
I'm redoing them.
I'll redo them.
Because the ones I've got of Thorin Dwalin are young versions. So I've converted Thorin to be holding Orcrist and the Oaken Shield.
Yeah.
And because I'm doing them that way, I want to do them all coherently. I wasn't a fan of the basing I did with them.
Okay.
It was just a grill and earth. And over a sort of 2 years, it's flaked away.
Yeah.
I've got big black patches underneath. So what I'm doing is I'm using layers of sterling mud, and then once it's done, putting a glaze on top so it looks like wet mud.
Ooh.
Which looks nice.
Interesting. Put pictures up on the...
Yeah, I've got a hobby vlog from ages ago with it, but I'll be doing a hobby vlog with the next 4.
Cool. Well, yeah, I'm also going through repainting. I was going to be doing Thranduil, Mirkwood Rangers and Bayonne and that kind of thing, but unfortunately I melted my Thranduil and a new one hasn't come back in time. So, yeah, I'm now officially doing Rides of Rohan, What News from the Mark. That's what we're going for.
It's a cool theme.
Yeah,
Good.
3 hunters because they're already painted, and I'm very happy with their paint job. And I am a Marshal of the Riddermark, although I am painting up the Defenders of Rohan on foot, and also sorting out the Knight of Pelennor, what you would use for Knight of Pelennor, because he's got the shield and all that kind of stuff. Yeah. So that looks cool, and repainting my Riders of Rohan, so they're getting there with a lot of the advanced techniques. So yeah, that should be that should be a cool one. It's next, pressing everything. Next up we've got King Boneseye. So I don't have dice superstitions, but I do have an OCD thing where I must use dice whose colour corresponds to the warrior, such as red dice for Thrain, Durin Sun. Do you have anything like that?
Not really, but I know a lot of people like to match the colour of the dice to the colour of their army.
Yeah, that's always cool. Always a good idea to do. Next up we got Electius. He's put... I'll do this one as well. Okay. As you mentioned, we're coming over with 5 Rotterdam White Scars for Ardacom.
Amazing.
That's outstanding news. Very exciting. So that's the Dutch team coming over. Very cool. And a couple are also going to Desolation of Stockport.
Yes.
Come on! You'll have a great time at both, I'm sure. For the Chaos in Arda fun event, I was thinking about a warband with Gildor and Noldorin Exiles and a warband with Thranduil and Mirkwood Elves as a fluff list. But I couldn't figure out if Thranduil was from Noldorin origin and why the Games Workshop model of Gildor had blonde hair, as Noldorin Elves are known for their dark hair, except for Glorfindel and Galadriel, which are both mentioned by Tolkien for the different hair colour as Noldorin Elves. So what's your opinion on the list and hair colour? Again, greetings from Rotterdam. And then how do you say his name now?
Yeah.
Because I know who you are, but tell us how to say your name, because he's De Jong.
The Y's, the J's are Y, isn't it?
Is it? So Thies?
Thighs.
Thies De Jong? Is that you? Let us know how to say it. We do apologise if we've fluffed that up.
It's a Y, isn't it?
Is it a Y?
Because you got like Yong.
Yeah. De Jong, yeah. Okay. So yeah, I think it's a cool little army. Is Thranduil from Noldorin origin? Thranduil is...
Oh.
I'm not too sure. Is he not?
I don't know the heritage of elves.
Ask him next week. I'll do some research for you. To be fair, you
Okay,
probably
I'll
research.
just
Go on, do a bit
I'll
of
grab my
research.
phone.
I'll read out the next one in the meantime. We've got David Whittaker. He's put, apparently Warner Bros. Need to make some kind of Middle-earth movie in order to retain the film rights by 2021 or something. Is that true? What is your source? Is that true?
It sounds like what they do. Like that's why Spider-Man gets a reboot every.
Yeah.
At the end, just at the end of their contract, they rush out a Spider-Man film so somebody can keep a hold of the.
How interesting. If we were to see another Middle-earth movie based on the Lord of the Rings, Hobbit stuff, remember Silmarillion is out as the rights are with Tolkien Estate. What would you like to see, and what do you think we will see? So,
He is Sylvan.
he's a Sylvan elf. There you go.
Which I should have known, really.
Yeah.
Now it's been said, I know.
Yeah.
I know it.
So what would you like to see if another Middle-earth movie is based on Lord of the Rings and Hobbit stuff, not Silmarillion stuff? What would you like to see?
I guess you've got to follow a story, haven't you, within that world. So I don't know. Young Aragorn, maybe. They could do that. You know, they've set it up.
Yeah.
Find the Ranger in the north.
Yeah, you could do that whole sort of Born of Hope
Yeah.
side of things. Just obviously a fan made.
Fan movie, which is pretty good actually.
Yeah, for a fan movie, it certainly is. Pretty good.
They've got the Hunt for Gollum as a fan made one as well, but I don't think you could stretch that out. But mind you, I guess if they only need to make one film, you could do a standalone.
Yeah. Yeah. What else could you do? Because there are lots of other things going on with War of the Ring. Cause you could.
That's the thing. I guess you could do Dane.
Exactly. You could have a look at
Dane's story.
You could go through Dane's story with Dane and Bane. Was it Bane?
Yeah, Bane. Yeah.
Bane and all that kind of stuff. You know, remember Lothlorien was attacked as well.
Yeah, I guess you.
And then you've got all the Easterling kind of runic armies.
Yeah.
And that kind of palette.
I guess they're not as popular though, are they?
No.
To the
You could do. I tell you what you could do, and what I'd like to see is Balin's expedition.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
That'd
It'd
be
be pretty sad.
They know the ending, but it would give you a branch between.
Mm-hmm.
You probably feel a bit more for Balin when you see him in Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, I think Balin's expedition could be quite a good one. So what do you think we will see? Any idea?
Balin's expedition, if we will see anything, I think it's got to be up there.
Yeah.
Because it is a good link between the two.
Although I do like what you said about they kind of leave it open for the whole Legolas going and
Yeah.
finding young Aragorn and.
I mean, yeah, I think that's the other thing is that you could do Aragorn's time in, like Rohan,
Yeah.
in Minas Tirith, etc.
Build him up and show him why he's so awesome.
Yeah.
So thank you very much for that, David Whittaker. Next up, we've got our very own Norwegian Viking. It's Andreas.
Viking. He says, "Yes, James, I'm an officer in the Army Reserves, currently holding the rank as a second lieutenant.
Good lad.
It's fun times, but also serious work, as we saw almost 5 years ago here in Oslo. Fun times to be had here in Norway as well, as yesterday, when you wear this video, Spilforingen the Fellowship released the first of 220 plus scenario videos on our YouTube channel.
Go check that out, everybody.
That is going to be a mammoth job.
Yeah. You've set yourselves up well there.
Yeah. I'll be bringing a fun, very themed new army to Stockport and can't wait to see you all. I am, however, having a rough time getting hold of people to share a room with at the Britannia for the weekend. I've posted a couple of times in the event page, and I would rather use the extra quid I saved bunking with one or two others on drinks and snacks at the event. Any help would be awesome."
Get yourself onto the Desolation of Stockport event page on Facebook, everybody, and speak to Andreas. Send him a message if you've not sorted out a room. He's got some spare room there.
Most definitely. Britannia's not terrible either.
No. To be fair, with my record, mind you, I'm not in that place at the moment. So I could just end up crashing on the floor. But I live around the corner, so it'll be alright. Anyway, so good luck with that. Next up we've got Martin Smith. He's put, "Hey guys, another week gone by and another Speak Friend in question. Been some great news for me. I've got a new job to look forward to, which should hopefully allow me to come to a tournament later in the year."
Good man.
Well done you. Fantastic. Big emphasis on hopefully. My question this week is more of a regional question. I'm travelling up to Yorkshire at the end of May with my partner. I wondered if there are any shops, clubs in the area of York that are worth checking out if I will get the chance. Thanks again, and hope you're all keeping well. Well, we know York, don't we?
Yeah, I know York pretty decently. I don't know Wargamers in York though. I'm gonna check my groups.
Well, there's a Games Workshop in York.
There is one in, yeah.
Tell you cool shops, go to the York Armoury. Go and get yourself some swords. Go and pick up Gimli's axe or something like that. From the York Armoury. I'm guessing you mean wargaming stuff.
Garrison?
York Garrison Wargaming Club.
Ah, so, yeah, because Steve Newton, that's his, I think.
Yeah?
The Garrison, yeah.
There you go.
Well, they don't play Lord of the Rings, apparently.
They don't play Lord of the Rings.
No, unsurprisingly. Once you're in York, you should both go to the Jorvik Viking Centre. It's really cool. And if you've got time, the York Dungeons is decent as well.
Yeah, that's really cool. Try and get yourself into York Minster, have a little look around there. Not too far from there, there's a very famous site where a real legend got married just over.
Who was it?
Clark of the Riddermark or something, and Clark the Great,
No.
something like that. Anyway, behind there you've got all the museum gardens, which are really nice as well to walk around, and there's some really nice places to eat down by the river as well. So,
sorry we can't help you wargaming, but we can give you good tourist information.
We certainly can. I'm going there on Monday, I think.
Oh, nice.
So that should be nice. Next up we've got Duncan MC.
Duncan says, hello, missed my question last week, so a couple of small ones this one to catch up. Firstly, I have 10 points left to make up a 600 points army for Thranduil's Halls. What do I take? A Mirkwood Elf with Glaive, or give Thranduil a horse?
See, normally you'd say give Thranduil a horse, but he's so good on
I'd
that
still give
stuff.
him a horse.
Just for initially.
Initially, you get that charge, you can reroute yourself, and then drop off the horse and have fun.
He's so much fun on foot. He's so much fun.
Secondly, as Thranduil's Halls lack strength, mostly strength 3, and often numbers, how would you recommend taking on high defence armies using them? Cheers, guys. Shoot, avoid, shoot until you've weakened the numbers enough so you
can gang up.
You equal or outnumber.
Yeah, so you can gang up, trap, and use your heroes to smash stuff up.
Kill.
That's what you want to do. Next up, we've got Matthew Zammit. He's put thank you for the commitment, James, regarding the GWTOS content. Well, I would like to just point out that doesn't mean that I'm going to be there with like a back with a big camera with a hole in or something like that. That's not going to happen.
It's got to be a hat.
The top.
Novelty hat.
We've got to just do that with giggles now. Just go there with big hats and just cut a hole in the
obvious camera.
When it's on,
hanging out.
we open up newspaper with holes in. Oh, that could be cool.
A book.
I think it'll be more that sort of, if we're not allowed to film inside, that we'll probably go outside and we'll all sort of have a little instant discussion or instant little video, which could be cool. Can't make it due to new university, but will be dying to know what's happening to the hobby. Yep, as all of us are. I've bought a ton of models in the past 3 years after almost packing everything up, solely thanks to the channel. And you guys show me that it's still alive, and not at all thanks to Games Workshop. I remember they made the models, that's important, and made the rules. Would be really great to get some content on what's coming out. Bit of maybe a controversial question.
We don't like controversial. It makes us think.
It makes us say stupid stuff that we regret. But
hobby's over, mate.
But would you ever, as a channel, consider getting official recognition from Games Workshop as either sponsors or promoters of their products? As a channel, you've done so much more than their PR team. They really owe you guys. And it sounds like I've written this. And they really owe you guys and the rest of the tournament organisers as well. Quite a lot. I don't believe they tried to pick up Lord of the Rings again without you guys filling their gaps. Many thanks, as always, guys. Matthew. It's always nice to hear that we've helped someone get into the hobby. And thank you very much for very kind words.
I think in Games Workshop state currently, they probably wouldn't. Simply because if they did it for Lord of the Rings, they'd have to do it for Fantasy and for Age of Sigmar and for 40k. And if they were supporting every 40k channel out there, it would be ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean the only way that they could do it is to pick one for each. If you just do something for one, then it can cause some issues.
Yeah.
Lord of the Rings is in a little bit of a different position because, you know, the GBHL podcast has obviously been
some form of big influence.
Yeah.
It'd be interesting to see if we could speak to them about maybe getting, you know, like we've got again with Steam Forge, the media network program where we can be under embargo to review things so that on the release date we can get something out.
Yeah.
That would be really cool, but obviously they're very likely just to say, no, we have White Dwarf, we'll do that.
Yeah.
Which I can understand if you're making your own magazine, you want to be the ones who spoil it, not Joe Blogs on the internet.
Call me an optimist, but I think things are going to change going forwards. I think that the future is bright.
Is it orange?
It's green. No, well, that's my biotic fit saying. I think that we've got more to look forward to in terms of GW communication with the community, therefore with the channel and other stuff. So I think that you guys should be very excited. Next up we've got again.
He says 50-point bat reps, Bilbo doing tricks, GBHL, where the nerd party at?
Nice comment. That's all going on.
The next one.
Yeah, to the next one.
Callum D says, thanks James, great video as always. Struggling to get any hobbying done these days. Lots of commitment to a show band I play in at home.
Oh, cool.
I often find that once I get out of the zone for the hobby, I struggle to get back in, which is what I'm probably in at the moment. I've not picked up the paintbrush in weeks.
You get nervous, don't you, when you leave it? Yeah. Because you do get worse.
But I've also, like, people might be interested to see, like, I've not done many hobby vlogs for a long time. When I have lots of half-started hobby vlogs on my computer.
Yeah.
And then, like, I did it for Avarice and Greed, started them, put them to one side, put the video to one side, one day just picked them up, started painting again. I was like, oh, damn it, I didn't record. So that was a waste of, you know, the time I spent starting the hobby vlog. And I've got the same done for my my Blood Bowl dwarves. I've gone through the stripping stage.
Yeah.
That's on hobby vlogs, which is something new, I think, maybe. I don't know. But they've been sat there in their bare metals, not painted, and then half the video is on my computer.
You're going to end up with like an external hard drive dedicated to half-finished
vlogs. Yeah.
Well, just for you guys out there is definitely a hobby vlog coming out from me this coming Monday, and also for the Monday after that, which is Monday after Throne of Skulls, because then my Rohan theme thing will all be done, so I'll have it on the display board and do all that kind of cool stuff.
Well, I've got to paint with the dwarves, so they'll be in a hobby vlog.
Exactly.
But probably after Throne of Skulls, so I can edit it after.
Bringing content to you very soon.
Any tips for finding ways to rekindle the interest, or should I just wait it out until it comes back? See you next time, guys.
Just do it. Just get down and just get something that will motivate you, like paint a hero. Get a cool model and just paint one.
Put the films on whilst you're watching. Get into the world.
Watch some GBHL podcasts, battle reports or something, or some Adventures in Ardour, or just watch us. That's the most motivating thing. Just keep watching them on repeat. Yeah. Make sure that you've liked every video.
And if you're in the Americas, watch us on YouTube Red so we get extra money. I can explain it after.
Okay, cool. Sounds good. Okay, next up we have got Josh Tetley.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I've swallowed part of my beard. I think I've got like a beard hair right at the back of my throat. Oh. Lovely. I completely agree with you, James, on the Desolation of Smout. I thought DOS to me is Desolation of Stockport, I'm afraid. Like, Desolation of Smaug is an afterthought when we see DOS.
Oh no, what sort of ending?
I completely agree with you with the Desolation of Stockport ending. Desolation of Smaug ending. That would have been the one scene I would have changed. I thought it got a bit silly with the whole dragon chase around Erebor.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah, it did. And don't get me started on the final cutscene of Smaug flying down to Lake Town, haha. I remember walking out of the cinema thinking, God damn you, PJ, how dare you end it there? Yeah, we were the same. Remember the first time watching it?
Yeah, we were so deflated, just like...
Didn't even talk to each other, did we?
Which that was disappointing.
So what did you think about that then, Jamie?
Yeah.
What about you? Well, But when you watch it the second time, you can identify the exact moments where it starts to go Pete Tong.
Yeah.
And that last scene is a travesty.
It's
a travesty. Anyhow, my question this week is Stockport related. This is good for
DOS.
you. Yeah, DOS. With it being my first tournament, how should I go about writing a 400-point list? I'm swaying towards an Erebor force allied with Mirkwood Rangers. I think could do really well.
Yeah.
Could do really well. Troops is good troops seem to be key. I think we're going to see quite a few sort of good elite multitasking armies with not necessarily the best heroes.
No, no.
That's what I think. Or really good hero.
Yeah. One really
good one. But I'm swaying towards an Erebor, but also had the idea of a pure Azog's Hunters force. Which one, in your opinion, would be the better choice? Not posting the army lists for Jamie's sake.
Oh, thank you.
You're a considerate soul.
I actually think the multi-attack army will do really well. Mm-hmm. Mainly because you don't need priority to do what you want to do. If you get charged, fine, I've got 2 attacks. If you do get priority and get to choose your fights, even better. But,
yeah.
like for the majority of it, I think numbers won't help you in all scenarios, but not relying on heroes will help you in the final or second to last scenario.
There you go, everybody. It's going to be really interesting. I look forward to us hosting everybody and seeing everyone. I've not seen everybody really this year.
Me either, really. I've not been to many.
No, we're sorry. We've been busy.
Yeah.
So yeah, look forward to catching up with you all. How many tickets have we?
33.
33 at the moment.
33 or 34, I think it's 34.
So there's loads of room, guys. So make sure you get yourself down. Next up, we have got Hobby Spot NZ.
Hobby Spot NZ says, "Holy moly, that was actually quite impressive with Bilbo and his tricks.
Yeah, it was.
My question this week is: do you, James or Jamie, build display boards for your armies at tournaments? I'm working on one at the moment, and I'm struggling. Cheers, as always." No, I do not.
No, me neither. Unfortunately, I think I will do one day. One day.
It's just terrain building's expensive. Like I found that out when I was just doing the Hobbit holes. It is expensive. I don't know how much Steve's spending.
He's buying a lot in bulk.
Yeah.
He's buying a lot in bulk and not going through hobby stores.
Yeah.
So going through trade stuff because that makes it cheaper.
But even so, it's not cheap.
It's just the time. Really, like big hats off. We do know that he likes a plug. Get yourself over onto Top Table Wargaming, the YouTube channel, because and even just following him on the Great British Hobbit League, the stuff that he's putting out.
It's high quality and the speed and.
This is what happens when you get banned from driving and can't physically go to your own business work.
Yeah.
You know, it'd be like if my work was like up in Rochdale or something.
Yeah.
I got banned from driving. It's highly likely that I would have to very much depend on the guys who work with me. So I would be at home most of the time, you know. And the stuff he's done is incredible. I mean, it's going to be a really cool tournament.
Yeah.
Can I just say from a selfish point of view, fabulous for us. Like, cause
local.
Because it's just there. It's dead local. We get to play in it. You know, that's so cool. So yeah, hats off to you, Steve, because terrain building is a nightmare. Alex Wright sent me a display board. You know, he sent you
the Hobbit.
He sent you a
Hobbit hole.
He sent you a Hobbit hole, and he sent me. What's that? You still got a Hobbit hole?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Sent him a Hobbit hole, and oh yeah, because it's got the windows that light up,
yeah.
which is well cool. And my display board has got like a little cave that lights up.
Oh, sick.
Very cool.
Tea lights.
Tea lights, yeah. Well, I left mine on, so the battery's dead.
Yeah, so mine, both of them.
Next up, we got 19 Mark F91, our friend of the show. Hey guys, thinking of listing my Desolation army, and the one I'm leaning towards is an Isengard army without crossbows. Do you think this
madness? No.
Well, it depends.
No.
Like an all berserker army or something.
Damien tried it. No.
I'll tell you who tried it. Did mind you, final scores is 600 points. Joe Wilcock smashed me with it. Smashed me with it at the Huddersfield tournament. Just all berserkers, cheap heroes. I've played against an Isengard force that didn't have crossbows and had Uruk-hai scouts, and I had Rivendell Knights, and my Rivendell Knights got outshot by Uruk scouts, which was embarrassing.
Oh,
that was against George Perkins.
George Perkins has to pull these out quite a few times.
Unbelievable.
Like, he was playing in our tournaments that you played in for Guild Ball. He played against Rich Loxham with his butchers that I think he'd learned the night before, beat the creator of the game, and got a prize for it. But he seems to do it regularly, where he wins games that he shouldn't.
I think he's just dead nice and lulls people into false sense of security, and he's not really bothered about winning.
No.
George just likes seeing nicely painted models on the table and having fun. And when I played him when I was a ringer, and you gave me the breaking of the fellowship,
yes,
which is good fun to play with. He should have smashed me with his Mirkwood Ranger army, and he just decided, just straight away, that he wasn't going to do the right thing. No, he said it, and he was like, "Well, I could go back 3 inches. I could, but that's not going to be fun, is it?" And he just charged at me, and it was amazing. It was such a fun game. Terrible mistake, George, but it was a fun game. He's a great guy. I love him. I can't wait to catch up with him.
Saw him recently at a Guild Ball tournament in Sheffield.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Do you live?
He lives in Sheffield.
He lives in Sheffield, doesn't he? Thank you very much for that 19 Mark F91. Yes, it can work, but crossbow is always a good idea. Next up, we've got Bryce Campbell.
Bryce Campbell says, "Thank you. For next week, which captains would you recommend for little money? I can't wait for my birthday gift my wife got me to get here. Mirkwood Rangers and Thranduil and Azog and 12 Hunter Orcs, or 12 New Orcs, which could mean Gundabats."
Which captains would you recommend for little money? Good captains. So you've got Mirkwood Rangers and Thranduils, Azog and the 12 Orcs.
I'm going to check Steve out. He's got his Dale board out for a cheeky Friday friendly.
Nice. That's cool, isn't it? So he's been plugging it, although he didn't make that. He bought that.
Oh, you buy it? Oh. Yeah, I see some foreground buildings in there as well.
Yeah, no, he bought that. Those are from Escarama. This is Ruins of Dale.
No, he didn't build that.
He didn't even build them. He's off this weekend. You might be able to film some content if you.
Yeah, I think Saturday's free.
Yeah.
I think Saturday's an editing day.
Yeah. So which captains?
For
at the moment he's got Mirkwood Rangers and Thranduil and Azog and Hunter Orcs. By captains you mean like named captains as well? Because not Narzog, Fimble is good for Hunter Orcs. Fimble's pretty good.
You don't, for those armies you don't really want captains. In all honesty,
no.
You don't want captains. You want the named heroes for them.
Get Tauriel. She doesn't cost a lot.
No.
And get Fimble. It costs a bit more.
Because she's
mounted. So there you go, Bryce. Hope that
sorry,
helps.
that wasn't much help.
Yeah. Next up, we got Nathan Dodson.
I just read Bryce.
Hey guys, I hope I get into this video. Yes, you are. You're here. Welcome, Nathan Dodson. Thanks for answering my questions about painting. I'm planning on doing the chessboard idea that was mentioned a few weeks ago, as I really don't have anyone to play the game with, and I have no idea about all the updated rules since I was a first age player. Painting is the only facet of the Hobbit for me at the moment. So, well, hopefully that will change at some point. You'll meet other people in your area and you'll start travelling to tournaments and stuff. That's all cool. But for one half of the chessboard, I've set my mind on an Elvish Fellowship hybrid. So I have High Elves as the pawns, and the specialised pieces as Elrond, Gil-galad as Queen and King.
Surely Galadriel should be the Queen.
Oh, but only then if you go Lothlorien.
Yeah, but
Lothlorien.
Even so, she is the Queen. Well, yeah, kind of.
Yeah, if you go Lothlorien, then that makes sense. You have Celeborn.
Celeborn as the king.
As the king, doesn't do anything.
Yeah.
And then you've got Galadriel as awesome.
Doing everything.
Doing everything. He's got Legoland, Legoland and Gimli, Legolas and Gimli as the bishops, mounted twins as the knights, and Aragorn and Gandalf as the rooks. Cool. What I'm struggling with is the opposing force. I have no desire to paint an evil force for some reason, and I want to paint something that I actually enjoy doing. So at the risk of being unthematic, I want to put a Hobbit twist and do the dwarves. I haven't bought them yet, but obviously they have no mounted warriors. So what do I do? Please help me. So if you do new dwarves...
Ponies. Feely and Keely on ponies. As your knights.
As your knights, as your knights. Yeah, Thorin's got to be king.
Thorin's got to be the king.
Got to be the king. Dwalin.
Dwalin is the queen.
Dwalin's the queen.
Biffa Bofa as rooks, maybe.
Biffa Bofa as rooks.
Yeah, Bilbo should be the king.
Bilbo should be the king. Bilbo should be king, and then Balin and Dwalin as rooks.
As rooks, yeah.
There we go. And then just warriors of Erebor
as the front line.
As the front line.
The pawns, yeah.
Although
I think I'm sort of a little bit. I have a little bit of a bugbear with it because the models aren't the same on either side. I know, but I feel like they should be. Well,
there you go. That's Jamie's opinion. Hope that helps though, Nathan Dodson. Finally, we have Jeremy Smith. This has been a perfectly timed Speakman question. 55 minutes so far, we'll come in under an hour. Jeremy Smith
says, "Happy birthday, Bilbo. Thank you for adding him to Speak Friendly Question. Now if you can only train Jamie to do laps." No. Jamie, if you're back, I hope you had a ton of fun in Sin City and brought back only pleasant memories. Here is an 800 point Nova list I'll be playtesting next month. It seems light on troops, but is themed and plenty of might.
Just going to put it out there, Jeremy. Doesn't matter what you've written there, we'll smash you.
Yeah, I know, right?
Fighting talk.
Straight up.
Boom, boom.
Straight up.
The Brits are back. Whoa.
Yeah. Oh, sorry.
You're going to suffer a Brexit.
Brexit. we can't leave. We should not leave.
No, definitely not. This Tory government.
Oh, Christ. Twins with heavy armour. Let's not get into it on here. Twins with heavy armour leading 10 elves, 5 with blade and shield, 5 with spear and shield. Arwen leading 9 elves, 1 with banner with blade and shield, and 8 with bow. Aragorn with armour and bow, and Gandalf as the leader. Let me know your thoughts, respectfully. First, Aja Smith, signing off.
What do we think?
Was it bow limit legal?
Twins have armour, 10 elves, 5 blade shield, yeah, that's still 10, 9 elves, 1 blade shield, 8 with bow. Yep, so that's
19. I think it's over the bow limit.
Over the bow limit, because you've got 10,
you've got
11.
You've got 19 troops and 8 bows.
Yep, so
illegal!
It's illegal, Jeremy Smith.
Cheat.
Boo! Typical Jeremy Smith.
Cheating.
Unbelievable behaviour. As ever, enjoy the banter, guys. Thanks very much. That is it for Speak Friendly Question this week. Hope you enjoyed the episode. Great to have you back from Las Vegas.
Thank you.
Bring on next week with our pre-Throne of Skull. What's going on?
Yeah, well, I think we might struggle to do it there. I think so. I think it might be actually because I'm heading down to Nottingham on the Thursday night straight after work. And we're going to a gadget convention where the Yogscast are at, which should be really cool for us. And then we're going to Throne of Skulls obviously the next day. So from Wednesday night is my only option to do it, but then I can't do Wednesday nights actually. So Tuesday night is my only potential.
If this goes up on Sunday, we'll be answering like 3 questions.
3 questions, yeah.
So what we'll try and do something at Throne of Skulls, or I'll try and do something while I'm probably finishing my painting on Thursday. That's probably the only slot. If we do something, we'll see.
You'll have a battle report next weekend, so.
Ooh, exciting!
I can replace Speak Friendly Question with a bat rep.
No. Speak Friendly Question is immortal. It's immortal. No matter what happens.
It's immortal.
Immortal.
Okay.
Immortal. That's just my accent. My beard covering my mouth. It's immortal. It lives on forever. No matter what happens. Speak Friendly Question happens. It's true.
Except next Sunday.
I don't know, have we ever missed one? Ever?
I think there's one we've missed probably sometime.
No, I doubt it. Don't forget to comment, like, share and subscribe.
Like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter.
Support your Hobbit host by clicking the links in the video description below.
Support your hobby.
And happy strategy battle gaming.